Thursday mid-morning, thought I'll do this nice and early. Hopefully share a winner or two, give you my thoughts on the big weekend in Gauteng, where the focus of attention, of course, will be on Turffontein and their big race meeting with no less than 7 feature races on their 11-race program, headed up by Africa's richest race, the R6 million Betway Summer Cup, Grade 1, to be run over 2,000 metres. Hi, hello, welcome to the show. I'm sure by now the fine-tuning has been done, the stage is set. So, good to have you along with me, Rouvaun Smit, here on A Sure Thing. And in just a short while, I'm going to go through all 11 races with you and give you my selections for the meeting. Don't forget, your Punters Challenge selections need to be on 5 minutes before the off. There's big money that can be won if you are the one person to pick all 11 winners on this card and you've taken a bet slip. Guaranteed you're going to be an instant billionaire. You need to be on 5 minutes before the off on Saturday. No sleeping late because it's an early start. The first race is at 11:20. It is also the first baby race of the season. Whoop-de-doo. Very difficult start to the meeting. A maiden juvenile plate over 800 metres. 13 runners will face the starter. There's no form to go on. We don't know who's doing better than who back home. We can only gauge by who's been attracting the market support. And at this stage, all the money is for number 12, Princess Kira. Sean Tarry, Richard Free. Looks like they may team out to draw first blood on Saturday. Princess Kira shortened 4-1 into 18-10. Next best is number 8, Princess Caroline. Alder de Meyer up north. Nice to see him there riding for Tony Peter. Currently at 4-1, along with Corne Spice's runner, number 3, Scorpio, who's also at 4-1. And then the only other runner in single figures is number 6, Zakatu, who's at 8-1. So that's what the betting suggests, how they could possibly run in the opener. But I think it doesn't stop there. We're going to have to watch this betting much more closer as we reach the time of the off of the first, and also watch them go down to the start to see their well-being and then make an informed decision. It doesn't get any easier when we get to race 2, because race 2 is a conditions maiden plate for 3 rolls over 1160 metres. 16 runners plus 2 reserves. So if there's a scratching, one of the reserves come in, or if there's no scratchings, the reserve come out. Just check your card changes prior to the meeting. And I always say, when it's 11-2 the field, and you don't know which way to go, I normally tend to side with Mike de Kock. And hopefully, we could end up in the winner's enclosure, because I'm siding with number 8, Roaming Spirit, who finished in the money in all 3 starts. She stayed on nicely last time out over the course and distance. She'll be stripped much fitter for the occasion, and I think she's the one that they're all going to have to beat. So Mike de Kock and Marco van Rensburg could get on the board early. I'm going for Roaming Spirit ahead of 10, Flight of a Condor, who's got apprentice Trent Mayu on board. That claiming 2.5 could just make the difference to give Roaming Spirit a run for his money. I'm also including number 11, Gabera. Craig Zaki rode this one first time out and was running on nicely to finish in 4th, with natural improvement to come. And Craig, knowing this one, pressing the button at the right time, can get that kick in the closing stages as well. And then I'm also including Richard Free's mount, number 12, Green Sapphire, who returns from quite a lengthy break, but if this horse is fit, can get into the fray. So I'm going 8, 10, 11 and 12 in race number 2. Race 3 is a Pinnacle Stakes over 1,400 metres. 9 runners to contest it. I'm looking no further than the reigning horse of the year, Dave the King. Nice to see Mike de Kock giving this one a run. Wasn't up to standard last time out when running in the Charity Mile, but there was a valid excuse. He returned not striding out. Guaranteed Mike would have gotten to the bottom of that. He'll be fit and well and ready and raring to go. So I'm going with him to be the winner of race number 3. If one looks at his form, he did finish second in his only attempt over the course and distance when he was 3 lengths behind Unzen, but that was about 6 runs back. He's also better off at the weights with Unzen. So Unzen, to me, in this race, is probably going to come out second best. I'm also going to include number 6, the Specialist, and then the KZN Raider, number 7, Mexican Pete, who's always there or thereabout to run into the money. All of 1, 2, 6 and 7 are my selections in race number 3. Moving on to race 4 on today's card, now we get into the feature race action. This is the Carry On Alice Stakes, Grade 3, to be run over 1160. 16 runners plus a reserve runner. The reserve will come out, or if there's a scratching, the reserve will be in. Just check the card changes prior to the off. I make this a complete boat race between number 2, White Pearl, and number 9, Miamu. Both of them has had very good runs coming into this race. White Pearl won a good contest last time out, over 1400 on this track. Miamu was impressive when winning 2 weeks ago. Both of them big runners, and it wouldn't be surprising to see these two fight out the finish. I think Elegant Ice could be running on, brings feature race form into the equation. So I think that's one also to consider when playing trifectas and quartets. And so too, number 11, Mrs. Browning. That was a pleasing run over the course and distance when she made a comeback run, and that was against the boys. So I think Mrs. Browning also needs to be taken into account. So 2, 9, 5, 11, 2 and 9 in no particular order in race number 4. Moving on to race 5, the Merchants, grade 3 over 1160. 14 runners to contest it. I like the look of Lucky Lad. Now many of you will say, Lucky Lad with that weight? Yes, I like Lucky Lad. Why? Richard Foury's back on board. And we know Richard Foury knows exactly how to extricate the best out of this horse. To me, Lucky Lad is the horse they have to beat. I think will bounce back to winning ways. Was not disgraced when beaten last time out. Would have come on with the benefit of that run. And I think will take a power of beating here. If there is anything that could beat him, it's possibly number 10, Pistol Pete, who shoulders just 52 kilos. Pistol Pete was just run out of it over 1100 on this course by a horse called Gatrix, who runs in the Dingans. He has certainly come out and won again since then, and Gatrix will of course start favourite for the Dingans, and we'll get to that in a short while. So Pistol Pete, to me, with 52 on his back, is going to be the biggest danger. 11, Cat's Pajamas, who travels up from KZN, if all went well with the travels, in receipt of 11 kilos from Lucky Lad, definitely needs to be taken into account at the weights. And then 5, Quantum Theory, who placed in his last start over the course and distance, I think can place again, so I'm giving that one a minor placing chance. 1, 10, 11 and 5 are the numbers I'm going for in race number 5. Moving on to race 6 on the card. Here again, I think about race between number 1, VJ's Angel, and number 2, Fatal Flaw. VJ's Angel, easy winner of his last start over the course and distance. Fatal Flaw also won easily. That was in feature race company. I think these two will fight out the finish. I'm also going to include number 6, World of Alice, who's a kilo better off at the weights for a 2.25 length beating by Fatal Flaw. So that brings World of Alice into the equation. And Fiery Pegasus, beaten a neck in a grade 2 over 1450. That was when taking on Older Brigade. So I think that one also needs to be taken into account. So I'm including all of 1, 2, 6 and 4 in race number 6. Moving on to race 7, it's the Dingans, and I mentioned Greatrix. This horse is really highly thought of, and to me will take a power of beating in the Dingans. 14 to 10 into even money already. They coming for Greatrix in no uncertain terms. Set the pace over the course and distance, found that extra kick in the closing stages, and won quite easily. Of course, the run before that is when, that 1100 meter win that I spoke about earlier on. And to me, Greatrix with Kabelo Matsanyani on board will be a tough nut to crack. The interesting running in this race for me is the filly, number 13, Quid Pro Quo. Now, Quid Pro Quo, we know, was last season's champion 2-year-old filly, and it's interesting that she makes a reappearance after an 18-week break in a race of this nature, taking on the boys. She's definitely not coming here just to make up the numbers. That you can be guaranteed of. She's here because she'll probably mean business. I hope she's going to come out fresh, and I do hope that she is going to be bringing her juvenile form with her, because then she will definitely give the boys a run for her money. I'm also including number 5, Moonlight Trader, who was a surprise winner of the Graham Beck last time out, and number 8, Chestnut Bomber, who was a gutsy winner of his last start. So I'm including all of 3, 13, 5 and 8, or rather 3, 13, 5 and 6. 3, 13, 5 and 6 are my selections in race number 7. Moving on to race 8, the big one of the afternoon. It's the Betway Summer Cup, grade 1 over 2,000 metres. 20 runners go to the post. Now, we've all got our opinions. We all know who we like, and we've got our reasons why we like that horse. I, on the other hand, after having looked at it, left, right and centre, through all 20 of them, decided I'm going with a horse to defend its crown, and that's number 4, Royal Victory. Currently trading at 7 to 1, can't get hurt. each way 7-1 as far as I'm concerned. I'm sparing a thought for Muzi any two. Sidelined because of an injury. This would have been his ride in the Summer Cup, and I do think Royal Victory, that was a good pipe opener when finishing second behind See It Again when these two met at Hollywoodbets Greyville. 4.5 kilos better off at the weights with See It Again. Enough for me to turn the tables. Hence the reason I'm going with Royal Victory as my first choice selection ahead of See It Again, who is here as favourite at 5-2. So you definitely cannot discount See It Again's chances. Will love that long Turffontein straight, and this has always been his immediate mission. So he's my second choice in this race. I like the look of number 3, Silver Sanctuary. She will enjoy the step up to 2,000 metres. She'll be having her peak run, and then I'm going for a real roughie for fourth. I'm going with number 10, Future Pull. Guaranteed, when we look at the times of this race after it's been run, Future Pull will have the fastest 400 to finish. Richard Fourie back on board. Third one after the race will be absolutely flying in the closing stages as far as I'm concerned. So that's another one that I'll be putting in. 4, 1, 3 and 10, the numbers in race 8. Race 9 is the Summer Cup Consolation over 2,000. 14 runners will go to post. One of the more difficult races on the card. I think you need to put in as much as the budget allows. You don't want to go out the last leg of the pick 6. I'm including all of 8. Thorny Player, who was not disgraced, went fourth in the Victory Moon Stakes last time out. I'm also including number 10, Marauding Horde, who I think you can put a line through that run when he ran in the Java Stakes last time out. He won a good race on his penultimate over 1,800 on this track. He's unbeaten from 2 starts over the course and distance, so definitely needs to go into the play. I also think you need to put in number 1, Meridius. Oyson Murphy will have his work cut out from a 13 draw, but guaranteed he will give him a good ride. He, of course, brings that Victory Moon Stakes form line into the equation. And then I'm also going with Crimson King. He finished third in his only attempt over the course and distance and can finish in the money. So 9, 10, 1 and 6 I'm including in race number 9. We move on to race 10, the penultimate race on the card. It's the RAA Stayers non-black type. Over 3,200 metres and 12 runners will face the starter. And here there's precious little to choose between number 2, Poets Warrior, who was an easy winner of his last 2 starts, and number 8, Battleground, who finished 4 lengths behind Poets Warrior last time out and is 4 kilos better off at the weights. So that brings them right alongside of each other. 10, 20 Drachma has got consistent form, and number 4, Home of the Brave, much better than that last start in the Victory Moon, definitely also needs to be included. I'm going for all of 2, 8, 10 and 4 in race number 10. The lucky last is race number 11. It's a merit weight at 96 handicap over 1,600 metres. By this stage, we would have cashed all the PAs, the pick sixes, etc. So we're going with number 2, Champion Warrior, to win it. He won his last start comfortably, and I think can follow up with another win, ahead of number 4, Master Ship, who ran above his rating last time out. Definitely can upset the apple cart. 1, Priestley needs to be considered. He is definitely better than that last start over 1,700 metres. He's won twice and finished third once from as many starts over the course and distance. So this trip will be up his alley. And in fourth, I'm going with number 6, Warhawk Bomber, on that good recent form that he's shown. So 2, 4, 1 and 6 are the numbers in race number 11. It's a long meeting, a marathon one, 11 races. We need to pace ourselves, get those Hollywoodbet Champion Punter Challenge selections in, and don't forget, this is also your last chance to take advantage of the 15% bonus you'll get if you are going to deposit money into your Hollywoodbet account up to 30,000 Rand. I hope we're going to find a few winners. Hope you're going to hit them with a few too. Hope to see you in the winners' enclosure. And until next time, from me, Rouvaun, enjoy the Betway Summer Cup meeting. Cheers for now.